Hello and welcome back to Pushing Technology to the Limit. I've got an interesting video for you today. Now this is something that I have found out over time. Now this past October I've upgraded my computer system to HDMI. Now I've been using HDMI for a good long time, but for the fact is that everything was analog. And I was converting things from analog to HDMI. Now, I had several ports on my computer. There was DVI, HDMI, and VGA. Now, why do I call this HD repackaged? For one good reason. They do not have anything brand new out there. It's just repackaged with a smaller part, same quality. There might be a few differences, but not much. So, DVI is digital video interface. Now, on my older computer systems, the DVI port does not have audio. It wasn't really meant for audio. But now these new Ultra 4K HD video cards that I have audio on the DVI port. You can plug in a HDMI DVI adapter and you can get sound right to your TV or your computer monitor. But why do I call it repackaging it? Because I have checked out everything, and as I use the HDMI port and the DVI port, there's no quality difference. It's the same. Very good quality. And it sounds great on the new video cards that I've got, whether it's on the DVI port or the HDMI port. But they just want to just keep selling you new, making you think it's new, but it's not. I've had DVI on my computer since 2004, and back then they didn't have the sharpest, nicest monitors around, so you really couldn't tell the difference. But now when we got these HD video cards, well, not, I mean, well, they're HD, they call them HD now, but you know, they had HD on them forever. They just labeled it differently. So anyways, there's no quality difference when you hook it up to a good quality television or video monitor. Whether it's a PC monitor or whatever monitor you have that you want to use. Let me show you what I'm talking about with the DVI and the HDMI. The only difference is in size. And with the DVI you have to use adapters to make it work. Now, unless you have a DVI monitor, then you can plug it directly in with a DVI cable. Well, let me show you that now. So here's one of my computers. It has, and it's, like I said, it's an older video card, but I can always upgrade it. It has S-Video, DVI, and VGA. The reason why I'm taking a picture of this one is for the fact that it's easier to see because there's not so many cables around it. Around my other ones that have a lot of stuff going on, have a lot of cables, and it's hard to see what's on the computer with my video camera. So all you have to do is plug an adapter to make the DVI work with HDMI. Let me show you those adapters right now. So here's a VGA on the right and an HDMI on the left. And these are DVI to VGA or HDMI. And this allows you to run both new and old monitors. And if your monitor does not have DVI for your computer, then you need a VGA adapter. Now, the same way with your TV. If you don't have a VGA or DVI jack on your TV, then you need a HDMI to DVI adapter, which is the one on the left. And it's very easy just to plug in. So all you have to do is just plug it in and you're all set to go. Then you just plug your cable in, and that's it. So over here on one of my newer computers, I'm using both VGA and HDMI. Now, not everything down here is full HD just yet. It's getting there. I'm still using some computer switches that have the VGA, so I need to go and use a VGA adapter. But soon I will be getting everything switched over with HDMI switches, and I'll be all set. But I still have to use the VGA to HDMI converters to send it upstairs to the monitors. Now this computer has both audio and video in the sound card, so I don't have to worry about having a sound card, and that's great. And it also works in the DVI. Has, if I had the right adapter, if I had the HDMI adapter in, I would be able to get sound out of this video card as well as the HDMI. Now the only thing that I have found that was different with having sound on the DVI port is that it's very confusing, and I've had some issues with one machine wanting to switch the sound card on me from the HDMI to the DVI. Now it's not this computer, but I mean, once I got the problem solved, it was fine. Now here was one of my VGA to HDMI converters. It's a very nice unit, and it was about 16 bucks on Amazon. And I do like it because it has the RCA jacks in it. Now this one is not hooked up with the audio, but as you can see, it has the RCA jacks and the VGA. And it has really good quality on this HDMI converter. And I've tested a whole bunch of other HDMI to VGA converters, and this one has decent video and sound quality. With some of the other ones that I've tested with the 1/8 inch jack, they weren't very good, and the video quality wasn't that good either, as well as the sound. So the next time that you see something that says, well, we came out with something brand new, it's super this or super that, you can just question yourself, yeah, did we already have that? They just relabeled it? I'm sure they did, because I never knew that we actually had the HD video on these computers when TV sets and other things did not have the actual device to be able to run the HD video on it. But computer monitors always had that capability, but a lot of people just didn't know how to make it work, or for the fact is that they just didn't have the cables to make it work. And that's one thing why I never used the DVI port except with an adapter, was because the DVI cable was so freaking thick that it was hard to bend it and move it to where you want to go without breaking something on the computer. So that's what I'm just saying is, I have not seen a difference in the quality of the video outputs except for the VGA. That's still analog, but anything that's digital, whether it's HDMI or DVI, that's basically the same interface. It's just one interface is bigger than the other, and the HDMI is smaller than the DVI. So that's all I'm trying to let you folks know, is that there's really, when they say that, well, we got this or we got that, I mean, like take the video, like composite video and S video. You really had to have a TV set to be able to recognize the quality difference. And back when they had CRT monitors, you really couldn't tell the difference unless you had a really expensive monitor to do it. And when I used S, I couldn't tell the difference between S and composite. Now component I did, but the S and the composite, I didn't see much difference. The only thing was is that it was a different video plug, and you had to have a special, not really say special, but you had to have a right cable to plug it in, and it's just a runaround. Basically all they're doing. It's just a selling technique that they're just trying to get you to buy something new, but it's really not new at all. They just made it smaller, more fancy, just so you think it's new. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you the next time on Pushing Technology to the Limit. Goodbye for now.